Hey guys, this is Troy,
This is Jaden.
This is Preston.
and today we are, three dudes in sports. Alex is not with us today, but that's literally okay. So we're going to pretty much talk about a lot of stuff. The main things are the NBA playoffs are starting, the MLB season has started, some stuff in the Champions League, the NHL season's winding down, a bit of college and NFL, and that's pretty much it. So to start things off, since this is my expertise in the NHL, every single team in the East is already set. Panthers, Leafs, Lightning, Bruins, Hurricanes, Rangers, Penguins, and Capitals have all made the playoffs. And the Panthers have clinched the entire conference. And then on the other side, the Avalanche have clinched the conference, the Wild have clinched, the Blues have clinched, the Flames have clinched the division, and the Oilers. There's three teams out that are looking in, and those teams that are fighting for those last spots are the Predators, Stars, Kings, Golden Knights, and I'm pretty sure the Canucks can still get in, but I don't know. The Hart Trophy is probably going to go to either Huberdeau or Goudreau. Might go to McDavid, but that's pretty much it. McDavid's going to win the Art Ross, and then that's pretty much all for hockey. Now, as for basketball, can we start and make fun of Ben Simmons? Because that's what Alex and I always do. We just make fun of Ben Simmons for a little bit.
There's no chance he has a back injury. He has not played for months. He hasn't done anything. And then he just comes up with 2 practices and he has a back injury. What was his first injury?
Like his first surgery this year?
Yeah.
Mental health.
Oh, okay, so he had mental health problems. And then he has a back
apparent
problem.
mental health problems.
That's true. We don't even know.
So for those who don't know, Ben Simmons was traded to the Nets, and he was supposed to come back at some point, maybe in the plan. He didn't. Maybe in the first round. He was supposed to come back in Game 4. They said that literally he was expected to 2 days ago, and now he's confirmed not playing in Game 4. And since the Nets are probably going to get swept, Ben Simmons will not play this entire year because of apparent mental health problem that he's never addressed, and then somehow mentally is better because he got traded, yet now his back hurts and he's not playing. I think he's a clown, but you know what? He is probably one of the smartest athletes in the world, because think about it. He's getting paid millions of dollars to literally do nothing and go to basketball games for free.
All he has to do is just sit there. That he could have been the reason they win one game. Now the Nets are probably going to get swept.
They're getting swept.
KD has had the worst series he's ever played.
I mean, dude, the fact KD playing so terrible is hiding the fact that Kyrie's playing like trash, and it's hiding the fact that John Morant is playing like trash.
The only person that's playing good on the Nets is Bruce Brown.
That's so sad.
Nets could have gone somewhere, but no.
They could have. If they actually had the team that it could have been.
The Lakers could have gone somewhere.
Oh my.
That's a retirement.
That's Anthony
we don't
Davis.
talk about
Dude, if the Lakers team was built in like 2015, dude, that's like the best team of all time.
That is.
Too bad it's 2022.
Too bad it's 2022.
Anthony Davis can't stay healthy. LeBron is getting older.
He can't stay healthy.
Yeah. And then other guys, they're just there.
And the only guy who can stay healthy is the one no one wants to be healthy.
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook.
Oh my god.
Westbrook is.
Yeah, the GM didn't do a good job.
Nope.
And he's going to get the actual GM fired, which is pretty sad, but...
That's,
And they already pretty much fired their coach for, like, no reason. Frank Vogel is not the reason that team sucked. Like, yeah, his rotation sucked, but when you're, like, maybe third best player is Austin Reeves or Taylor Horton Tucker, you're kind of not winning. Now, as for our actual playoff game, so surprisingly not a single sweep. Not a single one.
I really thought the Nuggets weren't going to hold that lead. They came close at the end. Steph Curry came back and almost had it.
Jokic, man, he embraced his, I'm just going to carry the team because I can't do anything else.
I think the Pelicans got lucky with Devin Booker getting hurt.
The Pelicans can win that series.
They could.
Because Devin Booker's supposed to miss potentially 2 weeks still.
Mm-hmm. That could have easily been a sweep if the Suns had Devin Booker.
Yeah, because, I mean, I think I talked about it in the last podcast we did, but that team, Devin Booker is far more important than Chris Paul.
Yes.
You lose Chris Paul, it's not a big deal. Like, it hurts, but it's not a big deal. You lose Devin Booker, you lose your best scorer, your second best facilitator, and your team true leader. So.
And Chris Paul had 2 late turnovers by Alvarado, I think was his name, and that's really what choked the game.
All I need to say is this. You're a 1 seed. You have the best record in the entire league. And against a team that is 10 games under 500, you lost a playoff game by 15 points.
Yes.
I think that says enough about how sad that team is, and that they're going to get knocked out in the first round, I think.
I feel like the Warriors could go all the way if the Suns get knocked out.
I think in the West, it's going to be the Warriors or whoever comes out of the Timberwolves-Grizzlies series.
Yeah.
Because it's like what Charles Barkley said. The Timberwolves, in terms of talent, are arguably the best team in the West. It's just they're so stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, guess what? Karl Anthony Towns didn't play stupid. He didn't get 5 offensive fouls for doing dumb screens. And guess what? He puts up like 34 points and they win Game 4. I mean, it's simple. Just don't play like an idiot.
It's going to be Bucks and Celtics either coming out of the West or East because those are the 2 best teams.
Man, the Heat, though.
I don't know. I can't really tell.
I mean,
they have their moments.
I mean, when you think about it, Jimmy Butler, he's a great guy. Udonis Haslem, he's a great assistant coach. Player. And then, Bam Adebayo, he's no Giannis, but he's still solid. Tyler Hero's been great off the bench.
Tyler Hero's been really great in the playoffs, it seems like, just from his couple of years that he's been there.
I think the East is a lot more competitive. It's like we thought at the beginning of the season. The East is just so much better than the West this year.
It's like how it used to be. The West was a lot more dominant than
but not anymore.
Went to the East because they wanted to be in the West. It was whenever LeBron went to the East, it was a lot harder than the West. LeBron went to the West, it was a lot harder than the East.
Yeah, but he still couldn't make the playoffs. Than him all time, I guess. Hey, but you know what? If the Bulls, if Lonzo was healthy, the Bulls would have had a really good shot. It's just a shame that they got hurt.
I feel like the Mavs are easily going to win the Jazz first series.
I would say that, but as a Mavericks fan, I look at it and I'm like, man, I have no idea what to judge. You win without Luka,
then they lose,
and then you lose with Luka. You're it's just like, bro, you're doing 2-1 against them when they don't have Luka. And then you lose the one game with them.
Yeah,
and you know what the worst part? The worst part is the irony of the way the Jazz won because of a Donovan Mitchell to Rudy Gobert alley or dunk. Like, that's the saddest thing ever. Like, bro, you let Donovan Mitchell pass to Rudy Gobert to beat you. That's pretty sad.
The worst thing was the last play call for the Warriors. The way it lost them the game. The lob that Steve Kerr called. He even regrets it now.
Yeah, because Nikola Jokic was like...
Nikola Jokic called it, and he got it. That was a great play call. That was great known by Jokic.
Jokic, he's the MVP. His MVP pretty much. It's unarguable at this point.
Yeah.
He took a team that's literal second best players, Aaron Gordon, to the playoffs.
I feel like that the 76ers closed their series today. I feel like 76ers closed their series.
Yeah, the only reason it was really... the only reason the Raptors had a shot was because Matisse Thybulle couldn't play in Toronto because he's not vaccinated. But considering the fact they only won one of those games, that really hurts them.
And Brooklyn, I don't know.
They're getting swept.
They could.
They're going to be the only team to get swept.
That's true.
Because they're the only one who can be, and they're going to be. It's just they're not as good. They're not that good.
They don't have enough depth. Like, if they had better depth, I feel like they could actually have gone far.
Weren't they supposed to have, like, LaMarcus Aldridge and, like, DeAndre Jordan and, like, Paul Millsap, and then it's like one by one they just kind of faded away. It got traded or cut.
Where did Blake Griffin go? I didn't hear anything about him throughout the entire playoffs.
Isn't he still there?
I think, but has he played?
He's still playing. He played 8 minutes against Boston the last game. That's it. It's just, it's sad. It really is.
They're only shooting 11 shots is crazy, but even crazier is Bruce Brown shooting 19. He shot 8 more shots than KD.
Hey, you know what? I guess Bruce Brown's better than KD now.
That's true.
All the hot takes are coming in, baby. Let's get ready for them.
Wrong takes. So many wrong takes.
And then I guess before we go to another sport, college basketball, a lot of guys have already said they're going to leave, naturally because college basketball is kind of a joke. But the UNC, they're retaining, 4 of their 5 starters?
4 of their 5 starters. Caleb Love, R.J. Davis, Leaky Black, and Armando Bacot. The only one leaving is Brady Manick, who kind of had to leave since this was his 5th year, so yeah.
Hey, there's been college football players who've played 9 years in college.
That's true.
It only took about 7. Yeah,
9 years.
I think it's 8 or 9 because they got red shirts, they got transfers, they got the COVID year. It basically a lot of random stuff. Yeah, longest college football player. It's pretty funny, but they have a really good shot to win next year. No one even thought they were gonna really make it to the championship game, even though they totally sold that game. And
dude. Listen, it must suck being a UNC fan and seeing that league blow.
The league was kind of bad, but I didn't go to sleep, so I couldn't see it personally.
You did go to sleep. You were lucky you dodged the pain.
Yeah.
Not my pain, though. Hey,
who are you a fan of?
No comment.
Duke?
Go Clemson.
Oh.
They're so bad.
Yeah, 8th year senior. That's the longest college football player.
8th year senior. Holy.
It's Jared Folks.
Dude,
How old is he? He's like 20 something.
he's got to be at least
Yeah,
28.
most college players are like that
He's like
old.
27 in college.
Mm.
8 years, let's say 18. Yeah, he's like 26, 27. Holy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he had like a transfer protocol. He had the COVID year. There's a lot of stuff. It's pretty funny. I mean, what a legendary player. It's pretty nice.
Legendary.
Is he leading the school in any stats?
Man, he doesn't even have a Wikipedia page.
Oh. Oh,
Dude,
wow.
that's sad.
He's played 8 years and he doesn't even have a Wikipedia page.
I guess it's because, I mean, you're an 8-year player. You must be decent, but not awesome. Yeah, but okay.
He's probably just
So back
hanging
to
out there.
other sports, not Jared Folks. So college, NFL draft is coming, and I mean, the big question is what quarterbacks are going to be taken. I mean, the number one pick is pretty much going to be Aiden Hutchinson, and it really shouldn't be anyone else. He's proven that he is clearly the best player in this draft. But in terms of the first QB taken, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not on board the Malik Willis train. I really don't think he's that good.
Okay. I feel like Kenny Pickett's going to go to the Panthers. Just because how Matt Rule is, I feel like Matt Rule will take Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, but if he gets picked by Matt Rule, I'm gonna immediately think he's not that good.
Yeah. I personally think that the Seahawks may take Malik Willis if he falls to them.
It's just the one thing with Malik Willis is he's like literally like the biggest project quarterback in this draft. Yet he's considered the best, which is really whack.
Yeah, but you know who also did have a project quarterback? Pete Carroll. I feel like Pete Carroll could actually do something with Malik Willis.
Man, if you're a Seahawks fan, you better hope that you do, or else you're
I do hope that
you're
we
gonna
do.
have some sad times coming, baby.
I don't feel like watching Drew Lock play 16 games.
Drew Lock, bro.
Oh,
What
my.
about Geno Smith?
Okay, Geno Smith, he's not awful, but he just...
Bro, you could get Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's a free agent.
we could. That's true.
Yeah.
I'd be fine.
You could
with
try and get Josh McCown out of retirement. You can get Matt Schaub out of retirement, bro.
that. Yeah.
You can have the three horsemen of old. How are they in the league? But they're solid quarterbacks.
We could get Peyton. I'd rather have Peyton Manning.
Yeah, bro.
Retire Peyton Manning.
Retirement. Oh,
Yeah, I mean he just got in the Hall of Fame. Bro, Terrell Owens. He wants to make an NFL comeback. He's in the Hall of Fame. He's in the fan-controlled football league, catching bombs from Johnny Manziel.
Johnny Manziel's in that league now?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I have not watched that league personally.
I'm not. There's no USFL.
How has the USFL been going?
Exactly as I thought it would. The games have respectable fans for Birmingham Stallions.
Mhm.
For the other games, maybe 200 people.
Yeah.
I've seen some of the highlights. It doesn't look awful.
In terms of actual football play, it looks better than the AAF and XFL. Like, the quality looks a lot better. They changed kicking balls. Kickers went from sucking to being good. The best kicker in the league is a dude who's only played soccer his whole life, which I think is funny.
Okay, you have a
Yes,
chance.
I have a chance at
Yeah, bro.
professional sports now.
I mean, the league is doing good so far. It's just, I mean, when the biggest story is the guy got cut because he wanted pizza instead of chicken salad.
Yeah, that's not a good
Or
look.
or the Bandits player teabagging a member of the Breakers while they're losing
Bro.
by 20, which
I
is
did see
hilarious.
that. That was kind of
That was
very
wild.
funny.
That was a pure teabag,
Saw it
bro.
on my bed. I was like, oh lord, what is going on?
That
but
league
dude-
looks like it's actually fun. I like the
It is.
XFL because just the hits. Those hits that they had were
Dude,
all
the
fire.
best part about the USFL is the fact that they aren't calling so many ticky-tacky fouls.
Mhm.
There's been, I think, maybe 2 holding calls in the first 2 weeks of the league. So you're telling me in 8 games only 2 holding calls? Dude, I love that.
Yeah.
There's no, like, helmet-to-helmet hit every 2 seconds that gets called a penalty. It's like, if it's egregious, it'll get called. But if it's just, oh, it happened to happen, like, they're not going to call a penalty. Whereas the NFL, I mean, I don't know exactly who it was, but there was like a Bengals-Jets game where a Bengals player lowered his helmet on offense to hit the other guy in the helmet, and they called it on the defense.
It's like how the Chiefs last year in the postseason, how I don't remember like what it was, but it was like someone fumbled, and then I think it was Henne fumbled. Chad Henne?
Yeah.
And then they like, no, it was Brown's guy fumbled out of bounds, but he hit him in the head, and then everyone was like, call the penalty there.
Yeah, or like the phantom, or like when they called the roughing the passer
Mhm.
against the Chiefs a couple years ago against Tom Brady when they just touched him in the chest.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have any of those. If you lose your helmet, you're not pulled out of the game for a play and have to go to the blue tent. No one's going to the blue tent. You know exactly what injuries happen almost immediately. I hate for this. There was a Michigan Panthers tight end. I'm sorry, I don't remember your name, but he had to go to the hospital because of a hit. And everyone knew exactly what happened immediately. There was no thinking, oh God, what happened to him? They just said everything. And the fact that it's clarity is great. In terms of the presenting of the game, also, the USFL is far better than the NFL. Like, presenting the game, because I don't know if you guys have seen it, but they have mics on almost every single player and coach. They will literally have the announcers just stop talking and you just listen to the coach.
I think that's really cool, just hearing like the coaches and players speak to each other, seeing how much they actually know about football. That's like one of the coolest things.
It's great. League's great. Jason Garrett is proving that if you're a former Cowboy, you're going to be a good announcer, which is pretty funny. So, I mean, the league's overall great. It's just, man, I hate watching every game that's not the Stallions and seeing the, 4 people there.
That's really weird.
Hey, the ticket.
Dude, $10 for a ticket?
Really? Hey, did you see that they're changing it so you can stay the entire day since there's multiple games in one
That
stadium?
ain't being changed. That's how it always has been.
Yeah,
that's really?
Been.
Yeah, always has
I
been
saw
like
it,
that.
I was like, dude, I might have to go to a game, but that's probably way too far.
Yeah, it's
but
too
for
far.
$10, dude, stay all day.
Dude,
and watch,
and
three
if
games.
you look on their site, they have these balls you can get it's football that's pure white, so you can get it autographed. Because if you go there early or just stay there, you can literally get the ball autographed by almost any player on the roster and coach.
Because they're super nice guys. Because they're they don't have the egos
They're
of some
humble.
football players,
Yeah.
of some NFL players.
I mean, the league is great. It's just, and even though the fan stuff is really sad, it is smart that you're playing all your games in Birmingham because you don't have to deal with travel costs about going everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And you're already showing that Birmingham is proving to be a good fan base.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good thing overall. The league's definitely on the verge of succeeding. The fact that they're working with the NFL and NFL Films is a big deal. So I think it's pretty cool. And especially with the XFL coming back next year, again. I know that supposedly they're supposed to be playing February to April, so that their idea is that you'll have football from September to early February in the NFL, then February to late April or mid-April with the XFL, and then mid-April to the late June in the USFL, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's definitely really cool. I think the USFL is really going to go far in the next few seasons because right now everyone's taking it really well and everyone's supporting how it is.
Mm-hmm.
And with it, it's viewership just going to grow. They're going to get more money. They're going to be able to go to different places.
Yeah, because I know that next year they're supposed to have at least 3 more teams go to a home stadium.
I feel like that controversy actually somewhat helps them because it lets them
it builds
popularity.
Even though it's some negative publicity, it's still publicity.
Yeah, publicity is always publicity.
Even that dude Teabag, that has gone.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
And it's gotten super popular, so more people are going to start
it's just
watching
when Joey... if you've seen the Joey Bosa teabagging clip, he just teabagged in the air like a Halo celebration because he made a sack. This dude literally teabagged the guy.
On his face.
Dude, if you did that in the NFL, that is literally an automatic ejection.
You're going home.
The USFL is nah, bro. It's
That's
just
an
great.
8-game suspension. You aren't playing.
It's like watching grassroots games in England for soccer. It's just pure entertainment, and it gets rough, it gets chippy, and everyone's there to just enjoy the game and enjoy how they butt heads.
It's not like how the NFL where you're oh, these two teams, it's not matched up evenly. All the teams, it seems it's at least somewhat even.
There's been one, naturally because I follow the USFL more than most people. There's been one blowout. It was a bad blowout, and that's the one where the dude teabagged, which is ironic because that makes it even funnier because the dude who teabagged was getting blown out. But aside from that game, I'm pretty sure every single game was a 1-score game at the end.
Yeah, that's really close. That's
the Michigan Panthers have scored the least amount of points in the entire league, and they've allowed the least amount of points in the league.
Defense.
Defense was championships, baby.
Yeah, bro, it's terrible offense. Paxton Lynch, not that guy. Shea Patterson might be that guy. Bro, Jamar Smith, love that guy. Brian Scott, solid QB. Jordan Talmu, should go back to the XFL. He was great with the Battlehawks, not so much with the Bandits. Yikes. But yeah, the USFL is going great. I hope it succeeds. So I think that's pretty much it. For the USFL, I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
There was that great catch from the Breakers, and that's pretty much it. Then as for soccer or football, we have the Champions League is this week, bro. Tomorrow and Wednesday. Man City against Real Madrid, and I can't believe they're there. Villarreal against Liverpool. Dude, so I'm a La Liga guy because Real Madrid's my favorite team. Dude, Villarreal, they're so mid. They're so mid.
I don't know how they gotten so far.
Dude, they beat Bayern Munich.
That was ridiculous.
They are the first, They're the first team in over 10 years in the Champions League to win while shutting out Bayern.
Yeah, that is
Bro.
a wild stat to me.
But you know what?
Villarreal may be top 3 some years. Usually middle of the table.
Well, you know, I think
UEFA.
a big deal is that when they started against Bayern, they were already not going to qualify for the Champions League.
Yeah.
The only way they can qualify is winning the Champions League.
Exactly.
So if they win, unlike the other teams, they truly have something to play for. Because you would say Real Madrid has to play for Marcelo becoming the all-time Real Madrid trophy winner.
Yeah.
But he's already going to do that. They've pretty much already clinched La Liga.
Exactly.
So not a single team truly has an edge as much as Villarreal in the grit department, except for Man City since they haven't won and they keep losing with Pep. But
dude, 2 finals in a row.
So who do y'all think is going to make it to the finals?
I would like it to be even though I'm a Real Madrid guy, I think it'd be really, really insane to see Man City go against Liverpool again.
That's true.
Since they've already played literally twice in back-to-back weeks, and there's the egregious was 5-4. That would be a great game. I think Madrid against Liverpool would be great. It's just Villarreal's style of play is so boring. With Ancelotti, Madrid is just go, go, go. Villarreal's yeah, bro, we'll take the draw. We'll just go 0-0, 0-0, 1-0, 1-0, 0-1. They don't care. They just, every game they play in La Liga or Champions League, it's 1 goal scored.
Yeah, but they're playing they have nothing to lose.
True.
They're not scared to get scored on because they're not scared to have something to come back from.
I mean, hey, it was they egregious to the 70th minute was now 1-1, and then they scored the goal that won the game, and everyone was wow, Villarreal just beat Bayern Munich.
Yeah, Villarreal, biggest underdogs I've seen in a while, other than the Ajax run in when was that? 2017?
2018,
2017, 2018, something like that, where they went to quarterfinals, or was it semifinals?
I think it was quarter.
That team
may have been. I'm not 100% sure.
Went so crazy, and it reminds me of Villarreal right now.
Dude, Villarreal, I mean, they
got everything to win.
I mean, hey, if they beat Liverpool this first game, bro, oh man, that'd be so funny.
On Wednesday, if Liverpool loses, I will shake my head.
I mean, at the end of the day, with Man City versus Real Madrid, I think the big deal is the fact that Benzema is still coming off of basically owning the Champions League for the last whole year. Because I mean,
I know.
Bro, he had back-to-back hat tricks.
Benzema's different now. He's shown that he didn't need Ronaldo.
He's better than Ronaldo right now.
Right now, he is better than Ronaldo, and Manchester United are so washed.
Dude.
I'm a Manchester United fan. I hate watching them every week.
L plus ratio plus your team's going to qualify for the Conference League?
Base.
Bro, the Europa Conference League, let's go, bro. You're going to clinch it. You're going to make it, bro.
I'm just going to drop out of everything.
Dude, I mean, the Europa Conference League, it's pretty solid, my guy. At least you're not Arsenal, I guess.
Arsenal is ahead of us.
Wait, they are?
They're ahead of us. Dude, after the loss, they're ahead of us because they beat us 3-1.
What a sad team, bro.
Dude, everyone looks like statues back there.
Dude, Harry Maguire.
Harry Maguire, dude, so him.
Dude,
ASAP.
Arsenal's fourth. Wow.
Yeah, Arsenal can clinch. Wait, no, they're already in for Champions League, right?
Right now they are, but Tottenham can still get them. And Man United, I guess.
I don't think we're going to get them. We're maybe going to get, Europa League. Maybe. If we're lucky.
Nah, you guys are going for the Conference League. That's what you're going for, man.
Just a tournament, bro. We need something.
Yeah, bro, you need to at least try something.
The cookie.
At least the cookie, bro.
We haven't won anything since we won the Europa League with Mourinho. And then it was downhill from there. Just downhill, spiraling.
Hey, but you know what? At least you're not a Paris Saint-Germain fan who cakewalks through their league just to get pwned in the Champions League every year. Well, no, I should say pwned. They blow a lead every time. They do
blow a lead.
I mean, they thought blowing the lead to Real Madrid was bad. I mean, hey, if you're a new PSG fan because of Messi, at least you weren't there when Messi beat them after being down 0-4.
Dude, 0-4 down. No, I will say Neymar carried that game to get the comeback because Neymar was in basically every play that we scored off of.
Imagine being in a Champions League game and you're in a leg, your first leg, and you're winning 4-0, and then you somehow lose the egregious.
Yeah, it was 5-4. Wait, no, it was 6-5 actually because
they scored.
They scored and they had to score 6.
You let a team score 6 goals on you. That's
6
pretty
goals
sad.
in a game. That's.
Hey, but I mean, dude, 6? 6, you mean the number like when Messi got pwned by Bayern 8-2?
Yo, you didn't have to bring that up.
Bro, what do you mean? Of course I did.
Yo, didn't y'all lose 4-0 to Barca like a month ago?
Hey, you know what? You know who's winning the La Liga title? Not Barcelona.
Because they started like in 9th place for half the season, and now they're in 2nd.
And they got their transfers through, and they're like, oh.
Hey, but you know what? We're gonna get Mbappe and not Haaland because we're not gonna pay him what he should be paid. But at least we're getting Mbappe.
Rudiger's said.
I would not be surprised if Ronaldo left Man U.
Yeah, bro. Hey, I would say bring him back, bro. Where are we gonna put him, bro? We already are gonna have our 3 strikers.
That's true.
Yeah,
bro. He ain't no Vinny. He ain't no Mbappe. He's good for Man United, except for the fact that his new manager don't want him.
Yeah, nobody wants him because you can't make a team around an old man like.
He can go back to Juventus.
Yeah.
And they keep doing the same thing they've been doing, underachieving.
Dude, Juventus
every time.
Is so bad. Like
Messi, he hasn't done amazing at PSG, but he's done good.
Yo,
dude, they should both leave and they should both leave and go to some random team.
They should go to the MLS.
Yo.
Dominate there.
Dude, the dream team, bro. Brings Leighton back. Bro, form the LA Galaxy dream team.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, LA Galaxy,
Oh
unstoppable force.
Unstoppable force. That front 3 would be, front 2 because Ibrahimovic isn't that good. Hot take, but he's done nothing.
In the MLS, he would look amazing.
Yeah, but Ibrahimovic.
Hey, but you know what? If you're bringing all the old guys, bro, what about Buffon? He can be the goalie.
Buffon, dude.
He can be the goalie, bro.
He should be in like a retirement home by now. He is not old enough. Not old enough. Too old. Not young enough.
He's not young enough. No,
He's
dude, bring all the guys, dude. It'd be so fun, dude. Just all the old guys go to MLS and just make fun of everybody. And it would be a great
Tell
time.
Wayne Rooney to unretire.
Bro, David Beckham, bro, you want to come back to the MLS?
I mean, who's gonna stop?
Pele, you want to play soccer again?
Pele, we got you a $10 million contract per game.
Bro, that's like an 18th of what Man City's paying Haaland.
Dude, he just said his Pele dead.
You didn't know that? Wait, what?
I thought he was.
No, Maradona's the one that died.
No,
I know Maradona died.
Pele's still kicking it, bro.
Oh.
He's still calling everybody trash. Like he's always been.
Let's get him in the MLS. I mean,
he's just he's the GOAT according to himself, probably.
Who, Pele?
Yeah, he probably thinks he's the GOAT.
Personally, yeah. I mean,
we need proof for all his goals. I will say that.
It's like Will Chamberlain. Like how you really can't prove much. That's
we don't know if Wilt made that 20,000 number up. We do not know that.
What about whenever?
If you know, you know.
That's true athleticism.
The stamina, bro. Hey, dude, he also had the stamina to play over 48 minutes a game in a sport where the games are only 48 minutes.
Played pro volleyball after his pro NBA career, and he could basically jump to get a penny off the backboard.
They don't make basketball players like that anymore.
And he could also bench like 500 pounds.
There's no football players like Terrell Owens either. Dominating with the zappers in the FCF. Dude, you got so many great athletes in sports, bro. It's great. I mean, sports are great. You have great athletes.
And
then you have baseball players who just, try. But, I mean...
Baseball is a sorry sport. I will say that. I hate watching baseball.
Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I like watching baseball, but I don't know why. Just sometimes I enjoy it.
Wait, when do you watch it? Like, is it like 9 o'clock p.m.?
I usually watch the Dodgers games at like 10:10 because they have the late games.
Yeah, so you can go to sleep watching them.
No, I actually stay up watching them usually.
Bro, I mean... everyone talks about the best part of baseball is all the history you can look back. Bro, you do the same thing for hockey.
And then you do it for any sport.
No, not like baseball and hockey. I mean, both those sports have had like a single professional league since like the 1910s. Well, in baseball, it's like the 1800s, but at this point.
I mean, soccer's been like not like professional league, but it's leagues that have spread out.
Yeah.
And you've always had
which
that.
it still kind of is.
Yeah.
Bro, and the MLS championship winner should play in the Champions League.
Dude, imagine that, just seeing MLS players never
Kellen
touched.
Acosta, let's go.
Yeah, some of them have never touched international playing time.
Bro, touch Europe grass.
Go into Europe to play against the powerhouses and just
Let's see them play.
probably beating Manchester United the way we are right now.
Gonna be honest with you, some
Because
of those teams would
anyone
probably
can.
just the worst, and Aston Villa could probably beat every single MLS team.
Dude, Aston Villa can beat Man United though. No.
That's true.
Bro, Everton beat Man United. We're so bad. Everton's fighting for relegation.
I mean, the MLB's been fun to watch this year. Not as much home runs as there has been, but Vladimir Guerrero Jr.'s proving himself with all the weight he's lost. The Blue Jays can pull out of that division.
Dude, he doesn't need to lose weight, dude. Look at what's that dude from the Tigers? The
What about Bartolo Colon?
dude, Big Sexy?
Yes.
Big sexy.
That was his nickname.
Dude, Prince Fielder, bro.
Legend.
Prince Fielder was
That's
always
true.
overweight by about probably twice what he should be, and he was still crushing homers.
That's true. I think that the Dodgers.
I mean, no offense, but it's like we said. I mean, it is the least athletic sport that you need to. You just need to.
Yeah.
You just need to have power.
But that's
that's
the thing
it.
with DH.
If you're a
literally
runner,
just
you
need
need
power.
some speed.
No, you can even have pinch runner basically, and you don't even need to.
Basically.
If you hit a home run, you don't need to run.
Exactly.
So if you just get guys that can hit home runs, boom, you're good. Shohei Ohtani, he actually is a decent pitcher. He's not one of the best pitchers. People overrate his pitching, but his hitting has not been what it should be this season.
I say they gotta make regulations for fitness, tighter regulations for fitness in MLB, so it can be more entertaining. Because if it's more physical, make these guys buff. Make
Have
them
you seen
buff.
Aroldis Chapman? His
One
arm-
guy.
No,
One guy.
that's a pitcher. Have you Tyler O'Neill?
Bro, bring back the steroid era.
Okay, Barry
That's
Bonds
right.
should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he should. Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame. Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame. Kurt Schilling should be in the Hall of Fame. Don Mattingly should be in the Hall of Fame. Dave Steves should be in the Hall of Fame. And the fact that they're not is a crime.
That's the worst thing in the MLB history, that they're not letting guys with steroids in the Hall of Fame. Because
Exactly.
if you give some of these players now steroids, they aren't going to play better. They're going to play worse.
All steroids do
It
is
gives
make
you
you
more
hit
power.
harder. If you want to do it as objectively as possible, if you want to do as objective for hitting as possible, just whenever you look at a player who did steroids or you think did steroids, just completely erase their walks and their home runs and just look at the rest of the stats. And if their
Look at
stats
the-
say that they're great, dude, steroids aren't going to help that much.
Look at the average. If you
Yeah.
see the average between before Barry Bonds took steroids and after, it doesn't change much.
He's already a Hall of Fame player.
Yeah. It's
I
just-
mean, Barry Bonds is the most inexcused because he was already a first ballot Hall of Famer before he roided, and then just after he roided, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He had
Yeah.
two first ballot Hall of Fame careers.
Exactly.
I mean, he's the GOAT baseball player.
yeah.
Babe Ruth, nah. Willie Mays, nah. He the GOAT.
Yeah.
Randy
It's
Johnson, best pitcher all time, by the way.
Yeah. I just personally think that he should. He's the steroids. You aren't going to give a AAA guy or AA guy steroids, and he's going to be the best player of all time.
I mean, I'm just saying, speaking with that logic, you know there had to be some minor league players using roids, and they still didn't get above Larry Walker, who didn't use roids. They didn't play above Ken Griffey, who didn't use steroids. Didn't play above Jeter, who didn't use steroids. So, just saying.
there has to be some line between why you're not making the Hall of Fame with just not using steroids.
I'm saying, if you're using steroids, you have to have the talent and you have to put in the work to make the steroids work
You have to have grit.
at some point.
You have to have grit. You have to be, a hard-nosed player. You have to actually try. I mean, it's simple like that.
You have to have contact. You have to make contact with the ball to actually hit it far. And if you're having steroids on anyone, you're not going to hit the ball that far with a pitch that's pitching 100 miles per hour plus.
I'm saying, you still gotta see the ball. You still gotta swing
Yeah.
on the ball. Steroids will just make you hit the ball harder.
I say
Yeah.
we bring it back, just because
Bring it back.
Bring back the
See guys
steroid
hitting
era.
500. Imagine Giancarlo Stanton just hitting absolute nukes even farther.
So I want to ask you guys this. So with the advancement of, advanced metrics, it has been pretty much revealed that Jeter is the most overrated defensive player in history. What is your take on him? Because I feel like he is not as good as people think he is.
I think he's overrated.
I don't think he's no Ken Griffey Jr.
No, I like King Griffey Jr. more. King Griffey Jr. also didn't have a ego that I feel like Aaron Judge somewhat had an ego. It wasn't bad.
Me and Jeter.
Oh yeah, why did I say Aaron?
Because they're both Yankees, I guess.
Yeah. So Derek Jeter, he was His throw, like that jump throw, I liked it, but that
he just has a couple of great highlights. But like I'm pretty sure he's given up the most runs for a defensive player in like the history of baseball.
Yeah, it just I personally don't like him as much.
I mean, I guess because if you play in New York and you're good, you get overrated.
Yeah.
Immediately, or you get underrated immediately because you're called trash. I mean, the only player that doesn't apply to is Bartolo Colon because he is like probably the best athlete ever.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, when he hit that, that home run, I'm talking about, only one of his career. I mean, it was incredible, bro. He hit it.
Didn't it take like 40 seconds to get around the bases?
Yeah, bro. He hit it, and he was just like, he's like, man, I'm going to just take this time. I hit the home run. You let me do it, bro. I'm going to just walk around. It's just like when you let me hit you, even though I'm losing by 20, I'm still going to teabag you. So, I'm just...
You get a hit like that,
it's
you
like
gotta acknowledge
I don't like the unwritten rules of baseball.
They suck. They're terrible.
Where you
all
don't
bad.
swing
all
on 3-0.
bad.
Like, I get if you're, like, in a close game, you don't swing on 3-0 because you just want to take. But, like...
Who was the White Sox player that came out of nowhere and was really good last year?
Trying to think. Wasn't that the one that the manager hated?
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh.
Because I know that guy got pitched a literal not even, if you called it a softball pitch, you were offending softball players.
He loved it.
And he just slammed it, and the manager was so pissed. Like, bro, if I'm in the majors and you're throwing me like a 40-mile-per-hour, just a lob pitch, and I don't swing at it, like, bro, I don't care. Dude, those are my stats. That's my career on the line. If you have a manager look at me or a GM say, oh, look at that extra home run he had. That one home run could have gotten me to 50 or 60. I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
I mean, unwritten rules, it should be unwritten rules to not pitch a softball pitch that's 30 miles per hour.
What
ever.
about the Padres getting mad at the Giants for bunting, even though the Padres would do the same thing?
Dude, it's just unwritten rules are so bad in baseball.
Yeah.
They really are.
The only thing that I feel like did you see the Yankees in Guardians game? How the Yankees started throwing trash.
Stuff.
Dude, that's just, you don't do that.
Dude, yeah, we talking about the same team I know it's a fan base, but the same fan base's team manager walked Miguel Cabrera just so he wouldn't get his 3,000th hit.
Yeah.
That's
insane.
I mean, dude.
That whole entire franchise is just
It's
something.
sad.
Yeah.
I mean, them and the Montreal Canadiens have both been the same thing. They're both historically the best franchise in their league, and in the last, 10 to 20 years, well, for the Yankees, 10, Canadiens, 20, trash.
Garrett Cole, something's changed. I wondered, maybe Spider Tag leaving has changed him?
Hey, all I know, he's going to go down on the worst signings in that team's history.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you had him for, at the end of the day, it's baseball.
But what about Trevor Bauer for the Dodgers? His administrative leave keeps getting extended. I feel like if he comes
Wasn't
back,
it supposed to go be done 2 days ago?
It was supposed to be done on April 22nd, but they extended it to April 30th. They're going to keep extending it.
For what? Bro, why?
There's no point. They're not telling anyone anything. They're just keep extending it.
I guess they just hate Trevor Bauer. They just hate a pitcher who's better than most pitchers
That's
in the
true.
league.
He was a great pitcher.
He is. I mean, according to the logic of players, he's still one of the best players in baseball because, even though he didn't play in a year, Deshaun Watson got paid the biggest contract ever, even though he literally hasn't played in a year, and he might not even play this year. But,
I do like Trevor Bauer, though. I'm personally a Dodgers fan, and just seeing his energy on the mound, that's what brings more attention to baseball. His energy, Tatis's energy. I don't like Tatis as much.
Overrated.
Yes, he's overrated. Shohei's pitching is overrated.
Way overrated.
Mike Trout, if he could stay healthy, he wouldn't be overrated, but he can't stay healthy.
It is overrated.
That's true.
You're telling me it's just it goes back to the right now thing. When he retires, yeah, he'll be great. But right now, it's hard for me to even view that he's better than some of these guys. He's not better than Miguel Cabrera.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but with his 3,000, who do you think is going to get their 3,000th hit next? No one's close.
Or their 500th home run.
Yeah, I don't know. 500 home runs.
I mean, Albert Pujols might hit 700.
That's true. I do like Albert Pujols. He's like Bartolo Colon. Everyone likes them.
I just like the fact that the Cardinals are just bringing the boys back, and they're hoping to get one last championship with them. Because, man, if they win with Pujols, Wainwright, and Molina in their last year, that'd be great.
That would be.
Giants almost did it with Posey, but they failed him at the end. So
Yep.
Yeah. It's what it is. So, any other sports league to talk about?
I don't really think so.
I don't really think there's much going on.
I'm actually in the school right now. The girls are in a title race. I'm gonna write a story about that.
Wow.
Because they're how many points behind Preston?
They're 1 game behind.
They're 1 game behind.
It's really half a game behind.
Yeah.
because if they beat Fuquay, they're going to be in the lead.
Yeah, if they beat Fuquay today and win against Willow Springs, they're probably going to get first. But they have to beat Fuquay in order to grab the lead in the title for conference. And then they'll be able to get a higher seed in playoffs, which I don't have much hope for playoffs since last year they got to the second round and then lost 5-0. With basically the same team they had.
I mean, the MLB, the races in some of the divisions are going to be really good. The AL East, that division is going to be the close division. NL
I mean,
West,
you have 5-1 solid teams in that division that are all contenders.
other than the Orioles, but we don't talk about them. They're not in the division. Really.
Not anymore.
I think the West, the NL West, that's going to be close for the start of the year. I feel like the Dodgers are going to pull away.
The race I'm more interested in is in NL East because I just want to see how far the Mets get their lead that they inevitably blow.
I don't think the Mets are that good.
The Mets are like the Nets.
That's true.
I love the polar bear. I love the Mets, but like, bro, they're gonna lose. The Mets are the only team in probably sports history that will consistently be bad and then literally out of nowhere, for no reason, with no logic, get to or win a World Series, and that just happened.
I mean,
2015, they just got to a World Series.
Same thing with the Giants last year.
When they won their titles back in like the 80s, literally out of nowhere. What a team.
So,
hey, at least the Giants had the even year dynasty where
yeah, that's
they
true.
were.
The NL West
Great every
is
other year.
definitely going to be Dodgers number one. Dodgers are going to start to play. Freddie Freeman, he was one of the best signings. Cody Bellinger,
they're just gonna, the Dodgers are just gonna not win the playoffs. Cause it's insane to think that the two like biggest teams have the two worst managers. Like the two worst managers are Dave Roberts and Boone.
I don't think Dave Roberts
They are the
is
two worst managers. I have not seen a single playoff series where I actually look at him and say, "Oh yeah, Dave Roberts making good decisions." I don't care what you say about like things like when you're a manager that's been on the team with that much talent as long as he have, and you have one World Series. Because you know what? Yes, did they play against two teams that definitely cheated? Yes, but caveat: Nationals were a worse team than you, and they beat them when they were better, and you couldn't. So by that logic, you're not as good as the Nationals who won 1 year and had 1 year of success. Mm-hmm. Which, how good are you as a manager?
And then they got the Nationals like two best players. And what happened? They lost to the Braves.
Like, it's just, I mean, great, you made a 3-1 comeback against the Braves, only to, get to play a Tampa Bay team that was a pitcher and Randy Arena. Like,
who won his rookie?
And you win against a team who had one of the biggest pitching blunders in MLB history when they pulled Blake Snell for no reason. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the one thing. MLB, also the worst part about it is the analytics. Like, analytics, for the most part, are bad for sports. They really are, the way they're being used. But, like, in baseball, it's the worst. Like, dude, the amount of pulling pitchers that they're doing is just, it's so bad. And, like, you know what, like, the 87th pitch in, like, the 5th inning, if you, like, this amount, you're going to suck. It's like, bro, I don't care. Dude, if a pitcher's pitching awesome, you keep him in there.
Yeah. Okay, Kershaw, I feel like...
Stop. He should not have been pulled. He shouldn't have got pulled as a joke.
Stop. He shouldn't have been pulled. But I feel like in a couple games, they'll just play him.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, Kershaw, he should have been out there to finish it, and they just let him go. Yeah. I mean, 10 pitches, the chances of you getting hurt are so minusculely low that it doesn't justify not letting him do something which is even more minuscule, which is a perfect game.
I would have let him pitch for one more inning, see what happened based on that inning, based on how many pitches he pitched.
I would have just let him keep pitching till he broke. Because he's already hit a no-hitter. Mm-hmm. So it's not like if he just walks someone, it's like, oh, you got to keep him in there. He's already done that. No, but if he's on pace for the perfect game, I mean, that's saying what? On average, let's just say you pitch 3 per batter. You're at the 7th. So you have 2 innings left. Mm-hmm. That's 6, 12, 18. That's like... No, it's literally 18 pitches.
It'd probably be more than 18 just because they'll foul like 2 off.
Yeah, but then it's also like, fair.
Balls.
Even if you say 5, if you do 5
if it's 30 pitches, that's still 110 pitches basically.
That's not terrible.
Wait, how many was he at? He was at like 70.
He was at like 83 of them.
Yeah, so it would have been like 115
Like,
pitches.
bro, you just let him get that. Because that is such a huge milestone. It's only happened 22 times. You have to let that go.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there's very few things in sports and individual-wise
And
that are more important than a team award. There have been over 100 World Series.
Yeah.
There's been 22 perfect games.
That could have been his last year on the Dodgers, too. This could be his last year.
It could be last year in his career.
Yeah. Let's say he gets hurt.
I mean, dude,
After
Dave Steve had, after failing so many no-hitters, in his last year as a legit starter, he got his no-hitter.
Mm-hmm.
You let that happen. You let that go. You have to go for it. You can't just boom like that.
Yeah.
So I think that's overall everything we've had to cover. There's a ton of stuff, but I think that's pretty much it. This has been Troy.
It's been Jaden.
It's been Preston.
And this has been, I guess, 2 Dudes in Sports plus 1, since Jake didn't really do that much. But, hey, we'll see you the next time. See ya.